Well, okay, is this thing good? Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. I mean, I'm kind of feeling that vibe from the kid from Matrix Revolutions. Zion, it's over! It's over! Oh, it's
Not
finally
quite.
fucking over.
Not quite.
We
Not quite.
got to talk about it at least.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Acolyte, folks, had its season finale. I'm hoping it's going to be series finale because
God, please.
they would be idiots to freaking renew it. But they kept it open because, well, they had a certain cameo that we will get into. Do not worry, folks. But before we do get into all of this, how are you doing, Kate?
You know, I'm doing really well because this is the second week in a row now where we have really intense political intrigue. I'm really happy that I don't have to watch another episode of The Acolyte. And
yes,
we have the a really good episode of House of the Dragon coming up based on what I know from the books. And but I will say though, it's really funny watching a show about like political intrigue and like failed assassinations, and then like turning on the news and having the
and then
exact
there you
same
go. Yeah.
thing. And I'm like, uh, 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 wait a minute, you know?
Mhm.
So but no, it was good news today. So breaking news, guys.
Oh yeah, we got breaking political news too. I mean, it's mostly the Acolyte, but we are actually going to start with the breaking news because, folks, we love you.
Happened
We're going to
today.
give it to you straight. Yeah, this happened today. Biden has dropped out and is supporting Heels Up Harris. And yes, I called her Heels Up Harris, folks. How's my audio, by the way? Is my audio okay?
Sounding okay on my end.
Okay. Awesome. Because it looks like it's skippy a little bit here. But yeah, it's I call her Heels Up Harris, folks, because it is well established that she got her first 2 state commissions from getting on her knees and eating a sausage from Willie Brown. Eating his sausage, his flesh sausage, shall we say. So yeah, VP Harris got into politics through sex and basically got her way up to being a DEI pick. This is by Biden's own admission. And became vice president simply because she is a black woman. Although I wouldn't say she's black. She is Jamaican and Indian. Jamaican people aren't actually considered black. They're considered something else. But yeah.
Like,
I don't know. Something.
Islander.
They're darker
Yeah,
skin. Yeah. But the thing is, yeah, Biden has dropped out because, well, he wants to focus all his energies on running the nation. Except here's the thing.
For the next 6 months. And while everyone knows you're a lame duck and foreign leaders are already meeting with Trump in anticipation for Trump winning in November, like,
I wouldn't be doing that, Trump.
You know, it's
because technically it's a.
Oh, your audio's. What happened to the audio?
Or if you're not. Oh no, is it happening?
Okay, you're back, I think.
Am I back?
I think you're back.
All right, I'm gonna click off my camera. Am I heard clearly now?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine right now.
Okay, good. So that's better. Yeah, I'm getting the weak internet signal. So just let me know.
I'll let you know. I'll keep you.
But yeah, okay, there it goes. It finally disappeared. So yeah, she dropped it, or he dropped out. She's being
endorsed by Biden. She released a statement saying that she intends to earn the nomination, which is really interesting timing because, I mean, we have like, what, a week and a half until the DNC, right?
I think so. But did she seriously say that she's going to earn that nomination?
Hold on, let me look. Let me read her statement.
I mean, if she honestly says she's going to earn that nomination, all she really needs to do to earn it is get on her knees.
Okay, where people?
Oh my God, she walked right into that one.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, why are only the parody sites coming up? I want like her site. Here we go. Like, why?
Just at VP.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Where's her thing as chair? Okay, no, that's not it. Here we go.
But while Kate's trying to find it, folks, yeah,
Yeah, here we
another
go.
fun
On
thing.
behalf of the American people,
Oh,
I
she found
thank
it.
Joe Biden for his extraordinary leadership as President of the United States and for his decades of service to our country. I am honored to have the President's endorsement, and my intention is to earn and win this nomination. That's from her pinned tweet from 3 hours ago at Kamala Harris.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I read it
Folks,
straight, you guys. Go to it's her pinned one.
if
She's
this
trying
is
to
indeed her,
earn it. Yeah.
yeah, if she intends to earn it, how many people is she going to sleep with to earn it? How
You
many people is
know,
she going to sleep with to earn it?
I was joking to my friend and I was like, no, I'm not gonna say this out loud, but I kinda wanna say it out loud. Uh Plot twist, Biden died and they're trying to like ease everybody into like, okay, Kamala's president for the next 6 months.
I mean, I won't wish that on anybody,
I'm not
but the
wishing
thing
it.
is they
I'm not
can't
wishing
hide
it.
that. Oh, I know.
Yeah,
But if they actually tried to hide that,
it'd be
they would be
difficult.
completely removed due to the fact it is a high crime.
Oh, true.
Good to
Also,
see your
I mean,
investment.
hiding that he had dementia for the past 4 years was a better hide than, Roosevelt can walk.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's another thing, folks. With Biden stepping down, um, they just took away the votes of 14 million people. They killed democracy. They're supposed to be, oh, we are the champions of democracy. We care about democracy,
Not
democracy,
no more.
democracy, democracy. You don't care about democracy, Democrats. You just completely discarded 14 million people's vote for Joe Biden during the primary. Not that he had any real opposition due to the fact that they were preventing people from running in certain states. So, yeah, that happened. What are your any final thoughts on that, Kate?
I I spent the afternoon watching or like evening after dinner watching the legacy media, which I usually don't, but I kind of wanted to see the spin that was going to happen, and they're all still in like Delulu land. So I think even before Biden dropped out, the Republicans had it in the bag. Everybody was talking about how, oh my gosh, the Republicans, like the RNC, look like a party, and the Republicans finally look united, and they have a cause and a person to rally behind. And after Biden's performance, there were murmurs in the Democratic Party of them telling him to step down. So we kind of saw this in the works for a while. But there
Oh
wasn't that
yeah,
rally,
they staged a
And,
coup.
right. And even now, though, him stepping down and let's say Kamala goes forward, that's not certain that the delegates are going to rally behind her. And even still, it almost feels like they're just getting arm twisted. Like if I were a delegate in the Democratic Party, I'd be kind of pissed right now. If I were a Democratic voter, I'd be pissed right now. Um, so it's it's probably going to affect their down ballot. I'm just
Yeah,
saying, like
probably will. I
it
mean,
might affect their
next few
down
weeks
ballot.
will be very interesting.
I I kind of feel bad for them, but at the same time, it's like you did this to yourself. Like you circled the
Mhm.
wagon for this guy for 4 years. You allowed him to run from his basement in 2020. Like this is what you get. This is what you get.
Yep. They made the biggest mistake by letting him debate Trump, and now
Letting
they
him
had to
run.
reap the whirlwind.
Letting him run in 2020
Yeah.
when
Oh yeah, that was a mistake too.
before Super Tuesday happened, you had Pete Buttigieg, who was in the lead, drop out and throw his support behind Biden before Super Tuesday. You never see that happen. And then one by one,
Yeah.
they all dropped out before Super Tuesday, before any votes came in. So, you know, they've been doing this. They've been hiding him. They've been hiding you know, they've been using him as a puppet or whatever. So no, you get what you deserve. Like,
Yep. I mean, there's not much more to say here, folks. Biden's cooked. The Democrats are cooked. No matter what they do, no matter what they say, this was a lose-lose situation. The second somebody tried taking out Donald Trump, the second somebody
yeah,
decided to get on a roof and do something stupid, we are seeing a repeat or a soft repeat of history with the Reagan years.
1984. Yeah,
Reagan
84.
won by a landslide. Yeah. 80. Yep.
And now you're
It's,
looking at like one final thought, like Biden had the best polling numbers of everybody that they could think of, like Michelle Obama, Gavin Newsom, Kamala Harris, like
she was
they
the,
ran,
or,
they
oh,
ran
Obama,
numbers for aggregate polling, and it was like Biden had the best numbers.
Michelle Obama actually polled better than Biden, but she doesn't want to run.
Not in aggregate polling, she didn't.
Oh, well, now they're definitely fucked. This was a complete lose-lose
Yeah,
situation.
yeah.
They were doing everything they could to keep Trump off the ballot, and they ensured that he is on the ballot. And now it's ensured. Well, I'm not going to say it's ensured. They could still they could still cheat and whatnot, like they did in 2020. But
They don't have
yeah,
enough
it's
ballot printers in the world to
no, they don't.
because
But
even
yeah,
your
Trump's
like
definitely winning this.
if you walk down the street and you run into 20 people and let's say 10% of those people are Biden supporters, and then you freaking go and you see the polls and it's like, oh, he won by a landslide, and you're like, I haven't run into anybody who likes this guy. What are you talking about?
Yeah. And good to see a real nerdy review and ambassadorial wing. Always a pleasure to see you guys. So now we're going to get into the meat of it, folks. The Acolyte. Final trailer thoughts. First off,
It's
I do want,
over.
or not final trailer, but the finale, folks.
Yeah.
But first, I want to go to one thing. We get it
Oh,
off of the. It might actually stabilize the stream a little bit. Um, I predicted what was going to happen after I saw the second episode of The Acolyte when Osha decided to take a shot at her sister, and you saw that hatred inside her. I predicted the switch. And if you want proof, by the way, I didn't start watching The Acolyte until the 7th of June, which I even have it dated when I was talking with my friend. So we have this, and this is a message from my friend, or from between me and my friend. Let me know if my audio dips or anything.
it's a little shaky, but
Yeah, sorry. I am totally sorry about that, folks. I can't really help now. But yeah, I said one of the twins is most likely in the Acolyte. I am seeing a reversal in the story coming up. It is a perfect setup in the story like this. And going over to the second one, my friend is like, or I said one is light side oriented, the other is dark side oriented. However, the way it's going right now, it seems like there might be a switch. And because the light side one just tried to shoot the dark side one when they saw each other. So there'd be darkness in that child.
yeah. And like I was telling Orange before the stream, they both were like objectively evil.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not, I don't like the show, so I don't like them. Like, no, they both made evil decisions, acted
Yeah.
selfishly, and did things that were objectively villainous and evil.
Yep.
So to have which is funny because it's almost as if the writers of the show don't have have their own like centered moral compass. So when they're trying to write morally ambiguous or morally justified villains versus heroes, they don't know how to do it. Like I think I said a couple weeks ago, they don't know how to write Jedi. They're
No, they
not
don't.
writing Jedi, so the Jedi look all like messed up and evil because they don't know how to write. Just like they don't know Jedi, so they don't know how to write Jedi.
Yeah.
These were
I
not
mean,
Jedi. Like,
no, they weren't. Is my audio better now?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was because I was sharing that screen.
Okay.
It's hard to share screens, folks, so I'm probably gonna have to work on that. I cleared my cache. I did got rid of a bunch of junk, so I don't know what the hell it is now that's doing this.
Did you turn it off and back on again too?
I mean, I could, but I'd have to leave the stream for a bit. But yeah, I predicted this. It's like this stuff
Yeah.
is so fucking easy. There ain't gonna be, or this ain't a twist kind of show. You're saying that there's gonna be twists and turns and shit. These things are so easy. I'm not a Jedi, but yeah, I have enough freaking foresight to see this shit happen. And the second I saw the second episode, it's like, yeah, Osha's gonna be the bad one. And not only that, here's how I would have improved the ending, folks. Because this show was complete shit. 10 writers. Yeah, exactly. Ambassador. Exactly. This show had 10 writers.
Ambassador,
10
if you got
fucking
me,
writers.
Orange, and you into a room and to write 10 episodes, whatever.
Yeah,
We
8
could come up
episodes.
with
8
something.
episodes.
We could come up with something better. Guaranteed.
Yep. I mean, no wonder there was no consistency in the story or characters. Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's
Because you got
yeah.
10 different people freaking writing them. Oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to do this.
Yep. Not only that, folks, the Sith mind wipe. Because at the end, they wipe May's mind. And now mind rubbing is a thing. In the EU, Jason Solo learned a technique which was called the mind rub, where he could alter a person's memories or erase them and whatnot. However, it required physical contact. It also required them to be unconscious. And not only that, folks.
Right, didn't they have to be asleep or something? Like he had to...
Yeah, they had to be unconscious, either knocked out or asleep or something. And not only that, if he could mind wipe May, why didn't he just mind wipe the other Jedi and whatnot? Why did he kill the Jedi? He could have just mind wiped them. I mean, I know that a lot of other people are saying the same thing, but it is a valid point. Why not mind wipe the other Jedi? Because, we needed it to be more dramatic. Sure, but it doesn't work. Why? You are force sensitives, strong force sensitives. It's harder to do that. Mind rubbing. And Ben Skywalker started to notice that his memories weren't matching up.
Right.
So, yeah, there's problems there. Now, another problem, folks. We all saw the cameos, and it pisses me off with Darth Plagueis. So yeah, Darth Plagueis was revealed in this show when he would have been all of 20 years old at the most.
And he looked older.
Yeah, he looked older. It's like,
This is the second character now that they're like, age.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do a callback because of nostalgia, but we messed it up because we don't know anything about Star Wars.
Because apparently, folks, Leslie Headland is a fan of the Darth Plagueis novel. And she actually wants to tell the story of the Old Republic than with Kreia and them too. And it's like, I'm sorry, don't you ever fucking say that name out of your mouth. You are entitled. I mean, yeah, it pisses me off that she knows this stuff. Well, it doesn't piss me off that she knows the stuff. It's good she knows the stuff. However, you can't adapt it to Disney stuff and actually make it work because you suck at it.
Have you seen or read Ready Player One?
I've seen the movie.
Okay, so remember when the big bad guy is like, after a hard day's work, I like to, throw my feet up and turn on my Sega Genesis, and he starts like rattling off stuff that like nerds would do, and it's like, but he had like an inner earpiece, and it's like, she's like, yeah, I read Plagueis. It's like she got homework. Okay, yeah, be a fan of it. I like Plagueis too. I like that novel.
I mean,
be a fan of it.
I like 90% of it. That's it. I hate the Filoni taint in it.
You have issues with it, yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the novel. But here's the thing, like you can't just pull one or two things and be like, oh, we got it, like kind of like they did with Thrawn. Like, oh, we introduced Thrawn, you guys, we did it. And it's like, no, but you castrated him, you made him stupid and lame. Like, okay, you introduced Plagueis, but $5 right now, they make him stupid and lame.
Well, by having him in the show, you now took away from him, because in the books, his fascination didn't come from a fucking coven of space witches. His fascination with
or virgins or anything like that
was his own. It was his own desire,
right?
Born of his own wish to be greater. But now, there was these two witches made by the Force, and it was from a virgins on a planet. I want to do that. So this is basically Leslie Headland, who likes the Plagueis book, ruining the Plagueis book.
Right. Exactly. Like,
she ruined it.
I think they don't know what liking things. I don't think that they know what being a fan of something is.
They don't.
Because if you're a fan of if you're a fan of something, you don't want to, I want to make it my own. You want to leave it as it is. Kind of like you can tell that the people who made Lord of the Rings are fans of Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
Even to this day, like, you get any of them.
And we're not talking about that Rings of Power thing, folks. We are talking about
Lord of the Rings. Elijah Wood, Sean Astin, Dominic. Like, I'm talking about them. Like, Liv Tyler, Vigo, Orlando Bloom. They're all still fans of it. Peter Jackson. They're all fans of the lore. They're fans of the stuff. You get, I think, Colbert. I don't watch Colbert a lot because I don't like his political commentary. But he did have Liv Tyler on, and Colbert is a huge nerd, and so of course he was like, "Oh my gosh, please say something in Elvish," and she did still. So we can tell when you're fans of something and you enjoy doing it. Peter Capaldi, when he played the Doctor, you could tell he was a fan of it. He enjoyed being the Doctor. Leslie Headland says she's a fan of Star Wars. I don't believe her.
Yeah, well, she was asked, "What's your favorite Star Wars?" I like all of them. Even
if you say anything other than Empire when talking about the movies, you're wrong.
Even with dedicated fans, they would have their preference, Leslie. I mean, I'm not saying that you are not a fan of Star Wars. I mean, you could be. But from an objective standpoint, she could be a fan to a degree. However, what she is doing as a fan is completely irresponsible and unprofessional. You are taking something you are claiming to be a fan of, and you are changing it for your own suitable narrative.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work. What you've done in this show makes no sense. I mean, you've now made it so Plagueis got an idea from something else when he came up with the idea on his own. Plagueis is one of my favorite Sith. Aside from Valkorion, Vitiate, Plagueis is right up there with Darth Bane with me. And if you fuck I'm gonna kind of fight back on it.
I would
Plagueis was
totally
one of
be
the
okay if Orange like took a screenshot of my reaction to him saying, "Hey, episode this week, rumors are it's Plagueis," and I
oh
sent
yeah,
him like three,
3 or 4 freaking
three or four
like
like.
no.
Hold on, let me pull it up on my phone because it was like all Star Wars related.
No.
No, like
Yeah.
yeah, I had Darth Vader
Yeah.
doing no, and then I
It
had
can't be.
Obi-Wan
Obi-Wan, it
Kenobi.
can't
See,
be.
it can't be,
Yeah.
and
And then
then
Luke with the
Luke,
no, and
Luke
then yeah.
no,
It's like,
and
yep.
then all I got was yep.
Yep.
I was like
I mean,
no.
folks, it's just really freaking bad that she did this. I
He's
mean,
not even the
Plagueis,
right age. Like
no,
no,
he's not.
you did it wrong, Leslie. You
Who is
done.
worse? Filoni. Filoni is by far worse.
Is he?
Filoni
Oh, let
completely
me see.
disrupted the continuity when he in 2007 when he was creating the Clone Wars show and his movie. Completely disrupted it, completely destroyed it, and he also forced Karen Travis out of Lucasfilm and Lucas
I
Arts.
would say Leslie because she is, I think it's more devious. She's very
Yeah,
Kathleen Kennedy-esque.
you're right. Yeah, you're right.
You
And
know.
here's the reason why, folks. Filoni wanted to do something right for Star Wars. He had good intentions, I guess. Leslie Headland used this show for a therapy session, to basically be a therapy session, because Master Saul's intentions with the twins is based on racism. That is an article I'm not going to read. All I had to do was look at it, and it's like Jesus, flippin', froggin', cribbity. Not only that, I mean, if you're looking at the episode, I want to know, did May ever go to Corellia? I want to know that right now, because if May never went to Corellia, why was one of her lines "See you in hell, Jedi"?
Did May ever go to?
MAE.
Yeah.
Yeah. She
The
never went to Corellia in the show.
the Acolyte. Hold on. What
No, she
happened?
never went to Corellia.
Mayho.
Mayho.
No, that's her name. It's May MAE dash HO. Mayho.
Mayho Anasara. Wow.
Um,
But yeah, she never went to Corellia, folks.
I
So when
don't
she's saying
remember if she did, but
she didn't, it's not in the show
okay.
at all. So
Okay.
when she says "See you in hell, Jedi," that's extremely bad writing, folks, because she doesn't first off know that there is a hell, but it's only on Corellia. Corellia is literally the only planet that believes in hell. What in the Corellian hells is going on here is a statement in the EU.
I know. I was
So
like, uh,
yeah,
when she said that, I was like, what in Hellheim? Like,
right? I mean, that's the thing, folks. Hell doesn't exist in our context of it in Star Wars. Corellian hell
right.
does exist, and we don't know the exact context of it, but yeah, it doesn't work. Hence why Han in ESP. Right, he does. Yeah. It is a Corellian thing, not a Brendok Osha May thing, not a Brendokian thing,
It's not
not a
like
space lesbian witch coven thing.
yeah, it's not like a cool comeback, like hair whip, like seeing how, like no.
Yeah, it's like, or now, how would I improve the line? Because that is most likely what would be. Or let's see here. what is a good well, honestly, I would have been like, bye-bye, Jedi. But instead,
Right.
no, gotta be cool. See you in hell, Jedi. Wait, what the hell is hell? Yeah. Only
No,
Corellians
no,
kind of know of
no.
hell. Just another line copied from another property. Yeah. Then I'll see you in hell. Yeah, exactly. That's like, thing is, Corellians know what hell is. They have hell on Corellia. That's their thing. That's part of their belief structure. Now, sure, other people who have traveled to Corellia might pick it up. Sure, there's that possibility. But I guarantee you, none of those fucking witches came from Corellia. So, yeah, how does she know it? That's just bad writing.
It's just yeah, it's just
And
another
now,
way that they don't know that their world. Like there are TV shows that do a great job of. I'm sorry, my dog is growling.
sorry, well,
Um.
senses
Uh.
something.
Yeah, he's like I don't like something. Um. He's growling at this freaking Acolyte show. They don't
Yeah,
know how to world build and make things feel real. So in the conversations, the type of things that they say, uh like there's a big joke that George Lucas would tell Princess Leia, I'm so Carrie Fisher, where he was like,
Carrie
"Oh,
Fisher.
they don't wear bras in space." Like, like where it was a dumb thing that he'd say that so she didn't wear a bra in certain outfits, so
So
she'd
she
have to
taped her
rap or whatever.
breasts.
Right. But it's a funny way of like to get to the point of like he had certain things of like in his world, you know, things look like this, people did this, people said this, they acted like this, like when
Yep.
we walk into the cantina scene in Star Wars, it's
Uh-huh.
gritty, it feels lived in, it feels like a world where people do like it feels like a grungy space bar, like
Yep.
you know and you feel immersed, you feel like Luke, where you're like, okay, don't stare, he told me not to stare at anything, oh my god, everything is worth staring at, like, so they don't do that in these shows because they don't understand the world of Star Wars. They don't understand world building. They don't understand that level of creativity, and it's much lacking in their show. Um,
Yeah. Now, as for the Yoda reveal, Master, I need to talk with you. You think that he wouldn't have already known what was going on? The fact
you
that
don't
you're
think he was
hiding
already on
shit.
the council?
He's on the High Council. He is the Grand Master of the Order, folks. Yoda
He's been
would have
training Jedi
sent
for 900 years.
700 in this one,
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
or 700 to 800 in this one. But yeah, the thing is, folks, Yoda sensed Order 66 as it was going down. He also felt the shift in the Force when Anakin decided to turn. He felt that before Order 66 came along. And because when he was going like this, when it's like rise and Anakin stands up, Yoda's reacting. He's like,
Yeah.
and
He
walking over to something for support. And then he's like, oh, what is going on? The second Order 66 kicks off is when he drops his cane and acts like he's having a heart attack because he's feeling the massive disturbance in the Force. He felt the small disturbance of darkness rising in the Force. Do you not think that 12 Jedi, or however many was it, like 8 or whatever, on
yeah,
fucking
8 or 9.
Kashyyyk Light? Yeah, that
Yeah.
fucking Kashyyyk Light
Kashyyyk
planet.
adjacent. Yeah.
Yeah, Kashyyyk adjacent planet. Alfar or whatever the fuck it
Whatever
was
it's
called.
called. Yeah. Who cares?
Khalifa, I don't know. But anyway, that
With
planet.
Khalifa.
Do you not believe that he wouldn't have sensed darkness or the dark side creeping up on that planet that when a Sith Lord, a dark side user, is killing Jedi? You think he wouldn't sense 8 Jedi's presence in the Force? You think he wouldn't feel, or those actions, folks, send out shockwaves throughout the Force, especially if they were forceful beings or force sensitive. if they were powerful. Yeah. And if a person like that, or if Yoda would have felt that, and everybody's like, no, he wouldn't have. He didn't think that. He didn't think that. And it's like, read Dark Rendezvous. Dark Rendezvous's legends. Read Dark Rendezvous. Then also, read this fucking shit. That's the prequel trilogy. Episode 2. Yoda felt the entire slaughter of the Tusken camp. He felt the pain and rage and darkness of Anakin Skywalker, how much he was in pain. He also felt Qui-Gon Jinn, although he didn't he thought that was just wishful thinking, so to speak. But no, it turned out he actually did sense Qui-Gon Jinn and actually started talking with him in episode 3 in the book. So yeah, Yoda is incredibly in tuned to the Force, folks. Well, why didn't he send Sidious? Sidious was so powerful in the Force that he could cloak himself with absolute accuracy. That is also established. He was so powerful with the dark side that he could shrink his presence to the point where it could never be felt. Especially in a room with the Jedi fucking Council. Because in the beginning of episode 2,
like the master
most of the Jedi Council is there.
He was the master manipulator, not just in like political intrigue, but also in manipulating the Force to like cover himself and to sneak by. He was like a spy in the Force, like, you know.
And you think that he would pick this up? The second Vernestra tried lying to him, he would sense it. Also, didn't Revenge of the Sith novel mention that Sidious is much stronger than Yoda? Sidious has a power level, or has a midichlorian level of 20,000. Yoda, 18. He is more powerful than Yoda, yes. Yoda is more skilled with the lightsaber. It is why it's why Sidious had to resort to using using to the Force to fight Yoda, because Yoda couldn't stand against him in aspects of the Force. Yes, it looked like he almost had the upper hand when he was using Two Dominus against Sidious, but still, the blast wave of that, or of turning it back on itself, caused Yoda to have to flee because he realized he didn't have it. He wasn't going to win. Yeah. But getting back to the Acolyte with Yoda in the Acolyte, just that small bit there is enough to tell you Yoda shouldn't, or this entire show is fucked.
Yeah.
Yoda would have picked up on all of the shit that was happening. A Jedi killing a Jedi or a Force user who is not in control of her emotions, using the Force to kill a Jedi without a weapon would send shockwaves to the Force.
He probably would have felt the incarnation of the children, the twins, too.
Oh yeah,
like the Virgin.
Yoda is that
he would have
big
felt
in this,
and even in Filoni's failed, whatever, Yoda's still super ups with the Force because he goes to that like Force Island and like goes to each individual of the fates themselves or whatever, like Filoni's little thing. Like Yoda's not like at all diminished.
Plagueis was more careful, Ambassador. Plagueis had no choice during a failed assassination attempt on him, or during an assassination attempt on him. He had no choice but to cut loose with the dark side and slaughter those who were attacking him, even though he was grievously injured. However, he's like, we have to get out of here. The Jedi are going to pick up on this. Yeah. And we have to leave now.
And he like
because they're already on their way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, the Jedi were aware that something had happened and the dark side was involved, but they were not entirely sure it was Sith, because according to them, the Sith had been extinct for a millennium. Now, thankfully, Sol didn't talk with the Jedi Council in this show. I will give them that credit, because the second he heard Sith, I'm sorry, if I was a Jedi, my top priority contacting the Jedi Council and say, we have somebody here claiming that the Sith had returned, that they are a Sith. I'm sorry, if I was Plagueis, Chimere would have been killed the second he got back. If Plagueis, or because Plagueis would know, he would sense, or even sort of admission
And
that, some of you would call me Sith, that would send a ripple through the dark side, and which Plagueis would interpret. And then he would be like, are you a fool? You let a
he's
Jedi
not in the line
who heard
of
you announce
two.
your Sithhood.
Right.
You're dead.
He's not in the line of two succession, firstly.
Yeah, he's not in the rule of two.
Secondly, it wasn't until Anakin was a kid where they were like, all right, I'm going to release my apprentice and we're going to reveal ourselves for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So Plagueis would have killed him in an instant for, like, he wouldn't have revealed himself. I'm what you would call Sith. Like, you wouldn't say that if you were a Sith.
Nope. A Sith Lord, or a Sith Lord in the rule of two or era, in which this in which this is the time that this takes place. A Sith Lord claiming to be a Sith, or a Sith apprentice even claiming to be a Sith, is an automatic death sentence, because the Jedi would know. They would be, or they would make themselves, or if any Jedi was around, pardon me, they would make it their first priority to get to a communication device and alert the council. Sith have returned. Palpatine from Plagueis. Yeah. The thing is, folks, or Ambassador, Plagueis couldn't hide his power as well as Sidious could, as Palpatine could. Palpatine could hide in plain sight. Sidious had to be away from the public eye, away from the Jedi, in order. I mean, yes, he could be near Jedi. He was near Qui-Gon Jinn. He was near Dooku. So yes, he could hide in plain sight. However, he made himself so what's the word? Unremarkable as the head of the banking clan, Higo Damask. He was, or all he was one of the directors of the ICBC, or
and it wasn't until
the IGBC.
It wasn't until episode 3 where the Jedi Council goes, wait a minute, this guy's moving up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on him, Anakin. Like, you know.
Yeah. Anakin, but yeah, folks. This, or Yoda, bringing Yoda in. I mean, this entire show is a failure because Yoda would have sensed all of this stuff going on.
The show's a slap in the face to the fans, is what it is. It's a giant slap.
It really is. It's a slap in the face to the lore.
Yeah.
So here's another thing: bleeding crystals. Now,
please.
If you are aware, folks, of the Disney lore, which I am. Now, a lot of people are going to counter me with Cal did it in the Force Unleashed game, or not the Force Unleashed, but the fucking what's it called? Jedi Survivor or Jedi Quest or whatever. He bleeds a crystal. Games, not considered canon, unless they're dumb enough to try to. But not only that, folks, it's already established in the comic lore of Disney that it takes Sith alchemy, in which you pour all of your hatred, all of your will, all of your dominance into holding a crystal that you are holding, and bleed your anger and hate and all of your will.
It turns it red
into the crystal itself. You have to focus on that crystal and focus all of that stuff on it. She is focused on killing a Jedi Master with her hatred, yet while holding onto his lightsaber, but somehow bleeding that lightsaber.
Wait, rewind though, because we see his lightsaber break and the crystal is exposed.
We see the emitter, the emitter shroud broke or it was cracked and damaged. So when she lit up the lightsaber after Chimere tried touching her, she swings at him and lights up the lightsaber, and it goes from blue to red, and you see the red crawling
You
up.
see the
That's
red
because
crawling up. Yeah.
it's unstable. Once you break the emitter shroud to a lightsaber, the focusing emitter, that lightsaber would blow up in your hand.
Right. So he
They know
makes it
nothing.
because they're having a fight, right? And then he like breaks his lightsaber, breaks the emitter bit, exposing the crystal, and it's like understood as a part of this fight, like, oh, fight's over, I've taken away your weapon, right?
Although I would
And
have unhitched my Shoto and continued, but that's just
sure,
me.
sure. But then she comes up and like picks it up and then turns it on, and it's like, girl, that's not supposed to, like, that doesn't, no. Also, visually, it looked cool. Like, visually, it was cool for her to like touch it, and then like you see the transformation of her turning to the dark side. Visually, it looked cool, but like it broke lore. So I was like, I'm not. That's not how lightsabers work. Because if that's how lightsabers worked in episode 3, when freaking Anakin's slaughtering children.
Yep. Why didn't his turn red?
Come on, like, hello.
Yeah, you're right. Well, that's the thing. In that point, he wasn't acting out of anger. He was tapping into, or he was using other emotions to tap into the dark side, as we learn in episode 3. So that argument really doesn't float. It's a bad argument, honestly. Objectively speaking, folks. Objective, and that's basically she is more subjective, as we admitted last time. I'm more objective.
Yeah,
It
I'm
wouldn't
totally
work
happy with admitting it.
Yeah, it wouldn't happen. Or the only time he really let his anger go, his lightsaber should have turned red when he was on Mustafar, slaughtering the CIA or the CIS.
What
the
about when
Confederacy
his
of
mom
Independence.
died and he's slaughtering the? Well, that was pain, but
That was
anger is a
pain.
second.
And rage,
Anger is
yes.
well, rage, because anger is a secondary emotion to pain usually.
Yep. Oh shit! We got
So when he slaughtered all the raiders, his lightsaber should have turned red. Like,
yeah.
Anywho.
I mean, it doesn't work. This shit doesn't work. Oh shit!
It looked cool though.
On.
Visually, it looked kind of cool to see her like holding it out and it like gradually turn it. It looked cool.
Take care, Neozoic. Thank you for coming in. Sorry, I saw that 5 minutes late. That is the biggest issue with the show. In fact, Plagueis' existence, or in fact, yeah, Plagueis would have been 20 years old, and yet they make him look older with that brief look they showed.
The biggest problem with the show is just its existence at all. The fact that it was made.
What is wrong with just crafting a red crystal and being done with it, like in the old lore? You are right.
Yeah.
That is what the Sith did. They manufactured their own crystals. It was a synthetic crystal, which was more powerful than a Jedi's blade. But get this, folks. We're not done with the weird shit that was going on in this. How about a Jedi using a forbidden lightsaber technique? Now, remember when Chimere with Darth helmet smiles got the lightsabers reversed and was dragging the lightsaber down to his helmet to try to short it out. Soul turned off his lightsaber.
Yeah,
that is a forbidden technique. It's called Trikata. It was introduced in the other episode in which Jeki was killed with his Shoto blade, where he turned it off and stabbed her 3 times. The problem is that is not technically Trikata. Trikata is when you are clashed in the middle of a blade lock and you turn off your blade, or if you turn off your blade to cause your opponent to swing at you and miss. That is what Trikata is. So Trikata was used by a Jedi in this episode, or in this finale episode. So yeah, the fuck. So it's like, oh, right. So now Jedi, or he's like, I will destroy you if I must. That's like, boy, not really Jedi. But then get this, man. Get this. The Jedi are not only that, but the Jedi are in fact evil. He admits to killing her or killing the mother and what's her name?
But
Hears
he
it
doesn't
and
say like the whole part. Like he wasn't like, "Oh yeah, she mind controlled this Padawan. Oh, and then she turned into this like evil
she was
ghost
she was hurting
thing."
your sister. I would
Yeah,
have said, but
he
he
didn't
also admits
explain.
that he loves OSHA, or was going to admit that he loves OSHA if it wasn't for the fact that OSHA started killing him.
Right, and it was just like, dude, if you explain the whole thing, it you didn't have to I don't know. It was just so stupid. It was just like one of those things where it's like if you had just said, "Yeah, she turned into a space ghost right
Yeah,
in front of me. I was
that's right.
defending myself. She force mind controlled my Padawan. She turned all of
I
her
was
guns
watching your
against us."
sister dematerialize before
I
my eyes. I had to do
Yeah,
something to stop it.
your sister, I didn't know what was happening. Like they had turned all their weapons against all of us Jedi. Like, no, yeah, I killed her, and then that was it. And it's like, dude, no, explain what freaking actually happened, because we had to see that stupid episode twice, in
Yeah.
episode 3 and then in episode 7. Or yeah.
Yep. 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 Yep.
So we had to watch that dumb, stupid shit twice, and you couldn't explain to her, hey, here's the shit that happened. No,
It's
instead
absolute shit.
Instead, you got green Baldilocks over here with like, oh my gosh, she annoys the shit out of me every time she's on screen. Um, just because the Jedi are supposed to be like in control of their emotions doesn't mean that they don't have emotions and don't like have chemistry or like anything happening. Look at Obi-Wan Kenobi,
Yep. I mean,
chemistry.
going into the next thing, which is Vernestra's deceptions. And the problem with Vernestra outright, Vernestra has a light whip, for one. We already talked about the light whip 2 episodes ago, I
Mhm.
believe.
Yeah.
But
Or
the problem
yeah.
is, so we're not going to get into the mechanics a bit and whatnot, folks. Light whips are attack weapons. And not only that, the second she stepped off her ship, she should have sensed Chimere when she got on the planet. Or she should have sensed him when he took off his helmet. But no, it's the second she stepped on the planet's surface off of the ship ramp that she sensed Chimere. And I'm thinking, that's not how the Force works. That's not how any of this shit works. You're telling me you sensed him the second you touched the same ground as he. It's not how it works. You're alive. Arr, I'm gonna kill you. It's like, really? And then she finds Soul, and instead of doing the right thing, instead of bringing his body back to the temple, in which Yoda would have sensed that he was killed through the Force, by the way, he would have felt that as Osha was doing it. And get this. No, she burns his body, Jedi funeral, but she does it to hide evidence. I believe he took his own life. How? Well, why can't his body be brought back to so that we may check whether or not he did? What did he jump from a great height and snap his neck? I don't know. Did he choke himself? What happened? But yeah, not only that, she blames it all on Soul to protect the Jedi. To protect the Jedi, she's blaming it all on Soul, who had nothing but good intentions, a lot of attachment, and was starting to go off the deep end a little bit. Now,
But he wasn't straight up evil and like
no,
lying.
he wasn't.
Like Vernestra is. Like Vernestra bothers the crap out of me in this whole freaking show.
Now,
Just
not only that, folks, I mean, there is so much wrong with this episode. Why did Basil rip the wires?
Right.
I mean, this dude, this tracker, this little rat fuck, he sees that a Jedi ship is getting ready to lock onto an escaping Jedi ship. By the way, in the last episode that they were doing before they went, or episode 6, Basil's trying to stop May from killing Sol. Then, when Sol is about to reapprehend May with a tractor beam, because he wants her alive. It's expressed that he wants her alive so that he can prove to the council that a virgin exists on the planet. Yet Basil's like, no, I don't want you to kill her. Rip, rip, rip. The fuck is wrong with you? I already said I want her alive. You stupid fuck. I will turn you into fucking furry shoes. I mean, I would have killed the damn rat right then and there. It's like, you fucker. Do you not realize what you have just done?
Yeah.
And, I mean, seriously, folks, how did Sol not sense that she was about to stop her with his Jedi Master reflexes? He should have been like, oh, you're going to try shocking me. Okay, nope, not going to happen. What the fuck is going on here? And not only that, why is Osha suddenly caring about how the fuck could she even understand droid talk? Or May, that is, not Osha, but May. How the fuck does she understand droid speak? How the fuck? Why the fuck is she even caring about the droid? Hold on, Pip. This whole show is shit.
It's trash. So wait. Which one's worse? This show or She-Hulk?
This show.
Okay.
I mean, shit, you're making me choose between two shitty shit. Both shit. Both are shit. Both had multiple writers. Both had a writing room full of writers, and both fucking deserve all the failure they got.
Yeah, I would be surprised if they're able to pull off. Hold on, what's it standing at? Is it still at like 14?
I don't know. I stopped caring.
Although,
but yeah, objectively speaking,
they did renew freaking Velma for 3 seasons, and that was at like 4%. So who freaking knows?
Dear Lord. Breaking old lore, creating new lore,
17%
then breaking new
now.
And old lore. Because Lord, world building, it's just too hard a concept for them to follow. Yeah, or lore. Yeah, not Lord. Oh, well. I get what you were trying to say there, Ambassador.
Yeah.
Well, of course she did. The woman must drag and destroy the man. Especially a show directed, produced by a bitter, man-hating, and her partner. Yes, I went that far. I get you, man. Hey, Vanya, good to see you, man. Thank you for stopping in. One of the loyals, folks. He's always checking in on me. He's always checking in on my streams and whatnot. Thank you so much, dude. And we got 11 people watching. We got 8 on X and 3 on YouTube. For those of you who are supporting my channel, smash a like, share out the content as much as you can. That's what gets me more noticed. I'm trying to get the 2,000 likes, so let's continue on that journey. But yeah, this show has so much bad writing, so much inconsistency, so many problems. Now, freaking when she's seeing her own self kill Sol in the future, she thinks it's May, and it's like, I see May killing Sol with an outstretched hand and a lightsaber, but she wasn't using it. And yet, in that moment, when it's happening, she doesn't realize that it's her herself doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I meant 2,000 subs. What did I say? 2,000 followers? Oops. 2025 by 2025. That's what I'm basically saying. 25 subs by 2025, the year. But not only that, folks, get this. Here's how I would have solved the May problem. 2,000 likes. Oops. 2,000 subs is what I'm going for. But yeah, here's how I would have solved the May problem. I would she took the lightsaber in her hand, went up to hug May. Well, May is too much of a problem for them right now. Lightsaber emitter, boom, right through May. I would have killed her. That would have cemented, or that would have shown that Osha was cemented to the dark side. Not only that, when she was so fucking angry, and by the way, this is according to Disney and EU lore, when you are so freaking tapped into the dark side and you are so freaking rageful, your eyes show it. They start to go that feral yellow with the red outline.
Just so fun.
Her eyes should have changed when she took that swing when she was killing Saul. Her eyes should have started to change. But no, they didn't do that. Maybe because they ran out of the fucking budget or some shit. Who knows?
Or they forgot.
Or they forgot. Or they didn't even fucking know. Yeah, you're right.
Danny just forgot about the Iron Fleet. Sorry.
I mean, it's not just Sith, folks. Sith are not the only ones susceptible to the dark side. What's his name? Not Thexan, but Arkin from the EU, from Infinite Empire. When he killed his brother, or when he wanted to kill his father, when he was extremely fucking angry, his eyes went from his blue to the gold, hateful. I mean, his hate was just that strong. And then after he killed his brother by accident, or in his rage killed his brother, oh shit, his eyes were then back to blue. Anakin, his eyes were full of rage on the lava beach, on the volcanic beach. When he was burning, his eyes stayed Sith yellow.
Even before then, we see him turning when he has
and
his
yes,
hood on.
even on Mustafar, yes, he's out, or he's outright tapping into his hatred of these people who tried to kill his love.
Mm-hmm.
But when he is on the table, having that mask lower down onto him, his eyes are not Sith eyes. So yeah, there's a major problems with, or they should have put, it would have been an objective good touch to put Osha with yellow eyes burning in that moment. But nope, they failed on that. It's like, I could have improved this scene outright. I could have improved this scene perfectly. But nope, you guys fucked that shit up. Bleeding crystals without the frickin', or without having to focus on it. Well, girl power. Girls are the bosses. They can do anything. Yeah. They can create life with the Force. They can plant it in a body like the Force did with Anakin. Yeah. And now, I mean, that's what they fucking ruined this shit. They're ruining Plagueis. They're ruining all of it. And they have no idea how to handle Star Wars. And now they want to do a second season. Will there be a second season? Or she tells the fans, don't focus on the IMDb score. Yes, focus on the IMDb score.
Yeah,
focus
please.
on the Rotten Tomatoes score. What is the Rotten Tomatoes score?
17.
17. Oh, not only that, folks, get this. I did say I would actually bring it up, so let me get a banner made for this one. Yeah. So, yeah, Leslie Headland made a bold claim that the
she has plans for Yoda. Oh no.
Was better than and boom. Yeah. Finale lightsaber battle was better than Duel of the Fates. According, I should make this accurate, according to Leslie Headland. So yeah, according to Leslie Headland, she achieved something that George Lucas or of George Lucas level achievement. Duel of the Fates. With that final battle between Saul and Chimera. What the fuck? Do you think that she achieved that?
I think she's living in the same delusional land that I saw that the Democrats were in earlier when they said that Trump dropped out of the second presidential debate because he was, quote, too afraid to debate Kamala Harris, even though it's not confirmed that Kamala Harris is the nominee or that she will even be the one debating.
He's waiting for that to be confirmed.
But yeah, they're living in the same delusional land where the sky's purple or whatever. And their show's good and loved by all. Even if this show, let's say Star Wars didn't exist as an IP and this show just was like an original thing, it still was trash.
I mean, folks,
it was still bad.
I remember watching Duel of the I remember watching Duel of the Fates, the music video before the movie came out. When I saw that music video, I taped it. I wanted to watch that thing so much because it came out before the movie did. And they put it on VH1, which used to be a Video Hits 1. It used to be a music channel like MTV. But yeah, man, I watched the shit out of that. But then I saw the movie and I saw the lightsaber battle, which was called Duel of the Fates, which you had the beautiful score by John Williams, the emotion, the skill, the months of choreography training, the months of getting fit and all that stuff. And then what we saw in that movie was so fucking good. And then we see this, or this show, The Acolyte, and how they're just wildly swinging sabers behind trees while they're up on a walkthrough thingy on Brendock in this finale.
But there's no emotional weight behind it. There's no emotional weight behind it. The reason why we care about Duel of the Fates so much is because
you got a double lightsaber throw. Big fucking whoop. You got a fucking force repulse. Big fucking whoop. I mean, yes, I will admit that moment that Saul did the force repulse, that was pretty cool. Objectively speaking, that was
that looked pretty cool.
That was actually cool looking. And I'm getting a low internet signal, so I am sorry about that, folks. But yeah, better than Duel of the... Leslie, did somebody spike your drink or food with cocaine? Did somebody put you on fucking LSD? Did somebody fucking give you acid? This is not better than Duel of the Fates. Reality check, Leslie. Duel of the Fates had months of choreography training. This show looked like it had zero choreography training. Maybe a little bit with the Daphne Keane versus Darth Smiles fight. But that was about it. There was some good move. I mean, she's very athletic. She's very good with the lightsaber stuff. But other than that, no. Wild Wookiee fight in the last episode, that wasn't even well choreographed. Oh. Wild Wookiee.
Again, I don't know where the money was spent. It wasn't the choreography. It wasn't the set design. It wasn't, the acting classes.
It was to make everybody look good and to make the place look like Star Wars. But it wasn't Star Wars, and it will never be Star Wars.
No, it won't.
I'm sorry. Objectively speaking, this was shit.
Yeah.
She is as deluded as Zack Snyder, thinking he is creating a new cinematic universe. I'm guessing diluted or deluded. But honestly, I had no problem with the Zack Snyder movies. I mean, I do feel that his Justice League movie was 4 hours a little too long, or was a couple hours too long. He could have definitely shortened that shit down to at least 3 hours. But
I liked his vision for his 3 movies that he directed.
yes, I liked his vision. I liked the darker aspect to it, the more grittier thing to it.
Yeah, I liked. But yeah, no, I see. I understand people not liking Zack Snyder, and I understand a lot of the Snyder fans being super annoying. But I did like the Snyder cut. I believe we deserved the Snyder cut, and I liked the Snyder cut better than the 2007.
I liked it better than the other one, at least.
The Joss Whedon one, yeah.
Yeah, the Whedon cut or the Wiener cut. Yeah, I didn't like the Wiener cut. But you're talking about Rebel Moon. Oh, he's talking about Rebel Moon. I haven't watched that, so I wouldn't know.
I haven't watched those either. No, I tried to watch Rebel Moon, and you know what? I fell asleep during it, which I think was really telling because I wasn't even tired.
There you go.
It was like the middle of the afternoon.
Objectively speaking,
the show's garbage, and I'm glad I don't have to watch it anymore.
Yeah, I'm sorry about graping your eyes and ears.
Hey, listen, it made for good content on this show, and it made for something to bitch about. And it made watching House of the Dragon that much more enjoyable-ish. You know, again, with the political stuff that's happening out in this country, you're like, oh, geez, oh, okay. But it made me appreciate good television more because it was just bad. It was bad acting. It was bad set design. It was bad writing. I can forgive bad acting and bad set design if your writing's really good, because I watch a lot of like cheap indie stuff that's good, you know.
Yeah. Well, I gotta watch Mad Max 2 later on this or before Wednesday.
Mad Max 2 is good.
I mean, I'm liking it so far from what I've seen.
Mad Max 2 is the best one.
Feral
the best
kid.
One.
Yeah, especially that feral kid. But
it's the best one. Yeah.
Yeah. As for objectivity of this episode, the objectivity, I mean, is there anything that are good about this show that I can say? Is there anything good about this episode that I can say?
The things that you have said that are positive about the show have been like visual things that they've done.
Yeah. The Force Repulse was a nice touch. I'll give you credit there.
But if you were going to give the show itself a rating 1 to 10,
out of all 8, or in all 8 episodes as together in the show, out of 10,
and that's just objective. That's not like viewers' choice or showgo or anything like that.
Objectively speaking, going on acting, writing, directing,
just review,
and all of that.
Yeah, what would you give it?
It is a 3.
Okay.
It has decent set direction. It has decent set design. It has some good acting in characters like Daphne Keene. With the writing is absolutely abysmal. You have decent music.
Okay.
You have decent special effects with
the
special effects that they go through here.
Yeah.
You got that stuff good. Everything else is a fucking wash.
Yeah.
Your direction is terrible.
Yeah.
Your writing is horrible. I will give you that some practical elements or practical decisions in the movie or in the show were decent. I have defended certain actions in the show that a lot of people were blind bashing.
Yeah.
But I am looking at it objectively. You had some decent moments. Decent only. However, subjectively, this series is a 1 out of 10. I will be kind, and I will be giving you a 1 out of 10 subjectively.
See, I would, just for all of the same things, I would rate it the exact same way, all of the same things you were saying, like with your objective one.
Yeah.
Except I would give it a 2 because I don't think visual things beef up bad writing and bad directing.
No. Doesn't.
So for the same reasons, I give it a 2.
Yeah.
And as far as
she's more generous than I am, folks. But there, I also have my showgoer, which I don't deconstruct. I base it solely on entertainment value, and I even take my bias out of it. And a lot of people are going to be like, oh, you're nothing but a fucking Disney shill when I say this. I have talked with some people who are fans of Star Wars, and I said, don't deconstruct it. Entertainment-wise, what do you think? I've had some people saying it was good, some people saying it was bad. So out of the entertainment factor alone,
like 50-50?
I put this, no, I put it at an 8 out of 10.
8? Really? Okay.
The entertainment factor alone, me taking my bias out of it, leaving it to 10 people, 8 out of 10, when I ask, don't put your bias in it, don't deconstruct it. Is it entertaining? Do you have, or what were your thoughts on the series as a whole? And they're like, it's entertaining. It sure has got the entertainment in there, but but not enough to say it's a 10 out of 10. And some people were like, no, this shit. Or a couple of people were like, no, this is shit. And I asked random people, not people I know. Random people.
Sure. No, I trust, and I'm not saying you're lying. I trust you. My follow-up would be, because as of late, entertainment has been lacking.
Less. Yeah.
Even I would say, like, and I've gotten hate for this, like Avengers Endgame wasn't what it should have been. It was a lackluster ending. And I've gotten like, what do you mean? Oh, I it was entertaining, but as far as like emotional catharsis that we got from, other fights or other big epic battle sequences, we don't get that. And so my question to follow up your, people are saying, 8 out of 10 just based on entertainment, because we've been given even the stuff that we like I like Avengers Endgame, is less than ideal, is like, just in general audiences, is our taste lower because the quality is lower, like over time? I don't think I've seen anything.
I would say that
I don't think I've seen anything good or great in theaters in a long time.
the last movie that I saw that I was entertained by in theaters, not that was objectively good, but was entertaining, Avatar 2. Avatar 2 was entertaining to me.
The last
wait, scratch that. No. Wait. Whoa. Scratch that. Last movie I saw in theaters that was entertaining was Kong New Empire.
I'm trying to think the last movie I saw in theaters. The last movie I saw in theaters was Oppenheimer. I think. It was entertaining. Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe that one. But I've seen a lot of movies since then, and a lot of newer movies since then. I just wait till they come out in streaming or whatever.
Yeah. Because I don't go to the theaters much anymore. I wanted to go to the theaters to see.
Yeah.
I was going to go to the theaters to see Twister yesterday, but unfortunately, my theater had to push it back a week because of Despicable Me or some shit. It was out of their hands. The studio called them and said, "Please play it one more week." It's like, all right, fine. Next week is Deadpool
I'm tired
and fucking Twisters.
Well, I'm tired of going to theaters and going, oh, I want to see this. This looks exciting, and then being disappointed. I'm really tired. I'm really tired of that. So now I only go to movies that I'm like, okay, this for sure is going to be good, and I'm not going to be disappointed. Like Oppenheimer, I knew that wasn't. I was like, Nolan usually slam dunks that. Like, I'm not,
No.
Like, even Dark Knight Rises, which is arguably the worst of the 3 of his trilogy, thoroughly, I was not disappointed when I walked out of that theater. Like, you know what I mean?
I thought it was entertaining too.
Yeah.
I thought it was entertaining too. But yeah, folks, objectively, 3 out of 10. Subjectively, 1 out of 10. Showgoer, or a moviegoer, depending on whether it's a show or movie, showgoer is an 8 out of 10 for the Acolyte. And I took it out of my, or again,
Just your
showgoer is out
sampling.
of my hand.
Yeah.
Showgoer is out of my hands. I ask 10 random people and I tell them, don't deconstruct it. Don't compare it. Don't do any of that. You're not deconstructing. You're not reviewing. All I'm asking is it entertaining? Yes or no? And I got 2 people that said no. And I had 8 people that said it does have entertainment value. So yeah, it is an 8 out of 10.
Which would go along with
now, if you want to,
which would go along with the BS Rotten Tomatoes score from the critics.
yeah. I mean, if
So
you
it
really want to come at me,
it matches like your viewer score or like showgoer score is the critic score for Rotten Tomatoes, and your objective/subjective is more toward the, actually you're worse than them, because you gave them a 30% for your objective and a 2 or 20%. Yeah, you're around like the 17 that they have or whatever.
Yep.
They were sitting at 13 there for a while.
Oh yeah.
For a while.
I mean, folks, I'm sorry, and a lot of people are gonna come at me and say, "Oh my God, you gave them a high fucking score." No, I gave them a high freaking entertainment factor score based on polling 10 people.
Did you find entertainment in it other than those few little things that you were like, "Oh, that was cool. That was cool." Like overall, like if you were not reviewing the show, right? And you had
would I watch it to would I watch it
to the completion
to pass the time? I would watch maybe a couple sequences here and there just to pass the time or just to revisit. That's it. It'd be like, these are interesting moments here, so I'm going to check this out. I'm going to check this out. That's about it. The fight on freaking Khalid or Kashyyyk Light or Kashyyyk Adjacent, that lightsaber battle had some interesting moments in it. I am going to fully admit that. It had, or they made use of the cortosis.
But like if you were just like, you turned it on, you saw the first 2 episodes, would you continue watching it?
No.
For entertainment value?
Nope.
No. Okay.
After the first 2 episodes, I'd be like, nope. Nope.
Which I think should factor into if people are going to come at you, because you're not saying that the show is good or that it's entertaining to you. You're saying
I didn't even originally want to do it, but but I was
Please
lacking content. I didn't have content to do, so I wanted to do something for content.
Please tell me you're not reviewing season 2 of
Rings? No.
God awful.
I made a promise to the memory of Tolkien that I would not watch a full episode of that show. And I have kept that promise. I will not watch any of it. I have seen clips. One clip here where what's her name? Galadriel bitch. I'm not going to call her Galadriel.
That's not Galadriel.
Yeah, that's not Galadriel. I'm gonna call her Water bitch.
Their version.
Her versus Sauron on the oceans or whatever. That was stupid. I saw that and it's like, that was stupid.
I think everything that they did was stupid, and they don't know anything about Tolkien. And I'm really interested because basically they tried to put it up against Game of Thrones, right? And Game of Thrones fumbled the last couple seasons. I'm not gonna lie. Like, everybody talks about how HBO like fucked that up so bad. Yeah.
I will say one thing had an interesting visual element in Rings of Power. And that was the awakening of Durrensbane. However, I do acknowledge that Durrensbane was asleep during that time. It was a complete cannon buster, but Durrensbane dropping the leaf. Oh, Leaf waking up a Balrog, I would be like, no. However, the visual of it waking up, flaring up, and roaring, that's pretty cool looking.
I didn't see it. I basically did the same thing that you did. They released some footage. I remember when Amazon was like, we're gonna do it, and they released the trees, the like footage of the trees in Valinor, and I was like, oh, the trees, just wait till Melkor breaks in and blah blah blah. And then I read an article that was like, hey, if you're a Tolkien purist, don't watch our show. And I was like, oh, okay. So
You asked, we answered. You
Hey,
suck.
you told me not to watch it, and now I'm a bigot for not watching it. But you told me not to, and I didn't, and I'm
Yep.
happier for it. So,
But yeah, folks, that's all we got for tonight. I do want to thank everybody in the chat. There was Neozoic, there was Riot Kitty, there was Ambassadorial
a lot
Wing,
of people.
Neozoic. We had a good number of people.
We had Vanya
Vanya,
popped in. Vanya
and
always
who
popping in.
else? Real Nerdy. Thank you for popping in. Y'all are freaking awesome, folks. Tomorrow I have Orange or Monday Night Rants. Monday Night Rants is being switched to 9 p.m., folks, so that I can mod Odin's chat Monday nights, but for as long as I can. But yeah, Monday Night Rants is now on 9 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. If you got something you want to rant about, bring it to the thing, or I will be bringing specific topics, and I will probably only have like 1 or 2 people at most for now on. Or because I want to see if clearing the cache helps my computer with the signal, because I had to cut it short last week because it was kicking me out and whatnot. So I was having problems. Also, oh wait, that was different. Shit. Whoops, I thought that was a different thing. But yes, thank you all for tuning in. Y'all are freaking awesome, folks. Riot Kitty, hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for coming in. Kate will be back Kate and I will be back next week for discussing Hollywood topics and stuff, controversial shit. We'll be giving our thoughts on that stuff.
The fun stuff.
Yep, the fun stuff. No longer are we assaulting our eyes and ears with the Acolyte.
Oh, actually, next week, I am going to be on a plane, so.
All right. Well, next week I'm soloing it.
Yeah, I won't be here next week, so sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. No problem.
I will be in the air.
Okay, then. She will be in the air. But yep, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. Tomorrow is Monday Night Rants at 9. Tuesday is slasher horror thoughts. My thoughts on slasher horror, like Jason, Freddy, and all them. Tuesday night is the Barroom Podcast. Wednesday night is Mad Max on Jade Shadow's channel. Thursday is Last Voyage of the Demeter, exclusively on X at 8:30. And 8:30 for Jade Shadow as well. On Wednesday, Friday is Orange Hat Uncensored. And Saturday is my day of rest. So thank you all. Y'all have a wonderful day. And always remember, stay humble.
Are you done? Are you done?